Sorry, I'm talking. The invite was it only had the registration link. So, working on that. Are we on?
Yep. Yes, we are.
Perfect.
Hi,
Perfect.
Brenda.
I just got the reminder.
Hi, everyone. It's Christine from Irvine. We'll give it another minute. Let everyone join. Thanks for joining us today.
Testing.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Christine Tully from the city of Irvine. We're going to host our National CERT Conference this year in Irvine, California. So I'm going to be one of your co-conference chairs. Can you hear an echo when I talk? I can hear it too. I don't know how to overcome that.
It might be oh, forget it. I'm getting it too.
It's probably coming from somebody who is not muted.
Ah, let me see if I can mute all. Let me try again. I don't hear the echo. Wonderful. All right, let's get going. So my name is Christine Tully. Welcome everyone to our webinar today. We're going to discuss the 2026 National CERT Conference, which is hosted here in Irvine, California, which is where I'm sitting in the Irvine Police Department. So we're just very excited to have everyone join us in sunny Southern California, Irvine, California, in Orange County. Today's agenda, we'll talk about an overview of the conference, what our pre-conference training is going to look like, the agenda for the conference, our awards ceremony, which we're bringing back this year, and any of our special events. So I want to introduce as well my co-conference chair, Brenda Emmerich. If you can unmute your mic, Brenda, and just say hello to everyone and introduce yourself. I think you're still muted.
All right, let's fix the computer today.
There you
Hello,
are.
everyone. I'm welcome to our meeting today. Brenda Emmerich out here in Southern California, and so excited to talk to you about what is going to be happening the 40th anniversary of our CERT conference. Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome. All right, we have Denise from Chino, California as our sharing our meeting and also representing the National CERT Association. She's in charge of our slide deck. And then Denise, if you can also just monitor the chat and see what questions we have come up and answer them if you're able to. So let's get started. Would you have next slide, please, Denise? Thank you. All right, there's just a beautiful photo of the Hyatt Regency Irvine. It just underwent a multi-million-dollar renovation. We've walked the property 3 times now. It's absolutely beautiful. The guest rooms are beautiful. The meeting space is renovated. It's lovely. So we'll be here for our pre-conference, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, August 24, 25, 26. And then our main conference is the 27th, 28th, and half day 29th, which is Thursday, Friday, half day Saturday. Again, Hyatt Regency Irvine, it is 2.4 miles away from John Wayne Airport. So if anybody's flying in, the most convenient airport is John Wayne Airport, and it's just a quick Uber ride over 2.5 miles. If you're coming from Los Angeles, it's also close, about 45 minutes to 3 hours, just depending on traffic. So we definitely recommend John Wayne Airport. All right, next slide, my friend. Okay, let's talk about registration. So if you've been to our website, nationalcert.org, everything is there for you to register. And there's a couple rates that you're going to see come up. There is a staff rate. We have that listed for any of our attendees who are paid staff working for an agency or an organization, and you will be paid to be at the conference. That your rate is listed under staff. And then a volunteer rate. That's any CERT volunteer paying their way to come to the conference, not part of a paid organization. So if that's your case, you get a little discounted rate because we know you're paying your own way and we appreciate it. Non-NCA members cannot attend the pre-conference. So National CERT Association membership is a very reasonable price. It's $27.95 for the year. So if you're not an NCA member, you can't attend pre-conference. You also will notice that your rate is significantly higher. So it does make sense to join the NCA for $27.95, and then you'll get all of those discounts, the benefits, and the value that come with that. Our early bird conference rates are on and live now, and they go until May 1st, at which time the rates will go up $50. So we encourage you, if you know you're going to attend, to sign up as soon as possible. Brenda, is there anything you want to add to conference registration? Nope. Okay. Next slide. Cool. So what's included? We are going to have for conference Thursday, Friday, half day Saturday, a lunch service each day on Thursday, on Thursday and Friday. That's going to be a plenary session we'll have in the grand ballroom, and lunch will be included on both of those days. If you are attending pre-conference Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, your registration for pre-conference will also include a box lunch each of those days as you're attending pre-conference training. You'll also get a little bit of swag. We'll have a commemorative t-shirt that is being designed by one of our graphic designers here in Irvine. It's a really good looking shirt, a commemorative coin, a tote bag, and a CERT ID holder. Next slide, Miss Denise. Is there anything, Brenda, that you wanted to add, or are we good?
I think we're good. I think those really important features are really specific for those folks coming to pre-conference. And remember that pre-conference is the intent of providing an additional level of training. I did see a question from Bethany about being a paid staff, but their agency isn't paying for them. No, you don't get the volunteer rate. If you are a paid staff member, it's not a reduction, but there is a reduction when you join the National CERT Association, even if you're paid staff. But you can't transfer that volunteer. We truly are looking at, providing the greatest opportunity for our volunteers to attend this conference. So that's super important. Again, Linda, we'll get to those questions about volunteerism a little bit later on. Right now, we are really overloaded with volunteers in support of the event, but there might be something as we move closer. So hold on to that until we get to the end of that. Let's talk a little bit about pre-conference training. And one of the unique things that we have with a pre-conference is giving the folks an opportunity to come in and get some of that additional extra over-the-top longer training programs than we'll have in our national conference Thursday through half day Saturday. So we're running an advanced program manager workshop, and there are specific requirements and prerequisites in order to get into some of these specific levels of training. So be sure that if you're planning on attending any of these pre-conference trainings, you take a look at that. So through the Advanced Program Manager Workshop, we will be providing a CERT Train the Trainer from staff from the National Disaster Emergency Management University. So that is the plan. We'll also be hosting an NDEMU Program Manager. Now, the coolest thing about these first three trainings is that we're meeting the need of some really important features of our CERT program through the National CERT Association. Building your program out and having an extension of what your program can do is really about that workshop. But we'll also talk about tracks here in just a moment. The Train the Trainer and Program Manager are also going to be offered in Spanish, as well as in the Train the Trainer specifically in Mandarin. So along those deliveries, you'll have Train the Trainer in English, Spanish, and Mandarin. And again, prerequisites and requirements in order to get into those classes. The CERT Program Manager class will be done in English and in Spanish. Again, all those opportunities to register are through the national website itself. We do have a Red Cross, an American Red Cross CPR, AED, and first aid class. It is a slight fee, a much more reasonable fee than most American Red Cross trainings. We've got some great instructors out of the city of Irvine. And I want to say it's under $34 in order for you to take that. It's a 2-year certification, and we're doing that as part of pre-conference. So if you need that, it's super, super, super fantastic that it's another opportunity. And we've got some other things that are happening as well. If you are and part of the hybrid online CERT program, the University of Utah brings in their instructors and they are going to do a review of how to put on a hybrid CERT class. This is not a hybrid train the trainer. This is to deliver the online hybrid program. So the two parts, online is done in the comfort of everybody's pajamas or in their office. And the second part is about that hands-on skills. So how do you blend those two together to create a full CERT program? The hybrid CERT Train the Trainer is another one-day class. In California, you are invited, those of you that are here on the call from California, we will be doing a Listos Train the Trainer and another opportunity to bring an English program and a Spanish program to deliver in your local jurisdictions. And again, Listos is open to California programs only, and just partly because of the program management as well as the grant funding that connects you to the Listos program. The American Red Cross is also offering up an opportunity for CERT volunteers to go through the Shelter Fundamentals course. That's going to be delivered by some staff right out of our own Orange County, San Bernardino area. We have TEACS, the Texas Extension Engineer program that's coming in to do the wide area search. That's another full 3-day training that is, lots of hands-on, lots of activities, and they're bringing that training to us, which is fantastic. The state of California and through our California Specialized Training Institute is bringing together the Volunteer and Donations Management course. That's another 2-day course. If you're looking for certifications, those of you that are doing programming, there's my house phone. How many of you still have a house phone? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right. Can't beat the house phone. In addition to that volunteer donations management, this again is a certification program that is so useful. Looking and hoping that folks get involved with the CERT program. This may be an extension for your program to do more in the local community. And then very last class that is part of our pre-conference training is the class that we've renamed. It used to be Master Instructor, and it is now called the CERT Instructional Leadership and Development course. And that course is really intended for states that are looking to create the capacity to build train the trainer and program manager instructors. So it's an instructor trainer program for the train the trainer and program manager course. Now, the only exceptions, and you'll see some of those asterisks, just to remind you, and I'll just say it one more time, we've got CERT Train the Trainer in Spanish, English, and Mandarin. We've got the CERT Program Manager in Spanish and English. We have the Listos program open only to California, and that's in both English and Spanish. And then lastly, our instructional development, leadership and development course is for non-Californians. So California has their own program that will be launching this fall. So if you're looking as a program manager, there's a number of prerequisites and requirements in order to get into some of these classes. And there's a whole registration form and vetting form that we do with each of these individuals. So it'll take a little extra time to be able to do that. But if you're representing a state, if you're representing a very large program and you're looking to help build out the cadre of instructors, take a look at all of the features that are there. You have to have train the trainer and program manager in order to do some of these other classes. That includes the hybrid CERT train the trainer. You already have to have completed a train the trainer course. All right. So lots of things happening with pre-conference. Please make sure you're muted. I know we've got a little noise in the background besides my telephone, and we'll be able to answer some of those questions. So as you're thinking ahead, this is all pre-conference Monday to Wednesday before the main conference comes into play. Thanks, Christine.
Thank you, Brenda. Perfect explanation of pre-conference. Okay, let's talk about the actual conference Thursday, Friday, and half day Saturday. So we're going to have tracks this year, meaning you can take a session, a breakout session, they're 75 minutes long. You can take one in any track you want, but perhaps you want to stay on track, pun intended, and just follow along with some curriculum that interests you. So we're going to have new program managers. So if you're new to CERT, this is you're a program manager for your agency or organization, you want to learn from others, you just need the basics on how to be an amazing new program manager. That tracks for you. We'll have a whole bunch of sessions taught to get you up to speed as quickly as possible. Perhaps you're a little more seasoned, you've been doing this for a while, and you want to take advanced program manager. That's going to be a track where you can learn a little bit more, have some rich discussions with other advanced program managers, and really share ideas in that realm. Hands-on activities, that's a lot of what we do in CERT, and the lessons we teach, there's a hands-on activity attached. So what are other programs doing really well? How do we learn them? That entire track will be on hands-on activities. Community resilience and innovation. How do we work in our communities? So we have CERT programs. How do those program volunteers do work? How do they outreach to their community? Is there an innovative way to use CERT to create resilience? So a lot of good ideas on how CERT programs are using their volunteers and reaching their community. Campus tracks. So if you're part of a school, a university, you want to have a CERT program, you have one, or you are looking to have one, campus track will be taught with education in mind. Workplace, perhaps having a business program suits you. What would that look like to either offer it in your community to the business community, or to have it at your place of work? And multicultural, how do we teach CERT to different populations, communities, and cultures? Who's doing that kind of work out here already, and how is it to deliver it a multicultural CERT program? So that's our conference agenda. We've already closed our presentation proposal submissions. Carrie from City of San Diego is working with all our track leads and our speakers. Hi. And she's just working right now to get all of those tracks scheduled. We have some amazing submissions. I'm letting those people know that they're going to be talking at the conference. So thank you for doing that work, Carrie. All right. Next slide, Denise. All right, our award ceremony. This is going to be Friday during lunch. And if you're still with us, please just perk up your ears for a second. So, award ceremony. We're going to have 5 different categories where you're nominating and we're awarding a recipient in each category. CERT Volunteer of the Year. And as I read these out, start to think about your programs in your regions and consider submitting a nomination so that somebody from your program could be considered to be CERT Volunteer of the Year, Program Manager of the Year, If you have a team in action that's supported during a different disaster, let's hear about the work that you're doing and submit an award nomination for your team. A multicultural award, how are you reaching a different population? And community outreach project. How are your programs out there reaching your community, creating resilience? So the submissions are open right now on our website. So I just really encourage everyone to start thinking about your programs, submit a nomination so we just have a good diverse variety of award submissions, and we can highlight the work that you're doing at this Friday lunch. You have till May 1st, which is about 2 more weeks. And just depending on the amount of submissions, we could possibly extend that, but please, please get in your nominations now. And we will, once we decide it, let the award recipients know right away so they can begin to make travel arrangements if they're selected. Anything we want to add to that, Brenda? We're good. All right. Next slide, please, Denise. Special events. This is you, Miss Brenda.
Awesome. Excellent. How many of you, let me see a thumbs up. How many of you are planning on doing something for the awards? You have someone that you know or a program that you love. Let's see a thumbs up on that. Ooh, I see a couple. A couple. All right, Talon, I love it. All right, Christine, yes. Shamika, all right. We have such good work. There's such good work out there. And the best way, thanks, Carol, it's really important to make sure that we're doing some of that recognition. So we talked about pre-conference, tons of stuff going on. We've talked about a little bit about the activities that are going to be happening through our track system and all of the different lessons that are there. But we wanted to make sure that we talk about some of the special events that are there. This is the 40th anniversary of CERT. How many of you have been around 40 years? Not a lot of us on this call. I'm going on 33, so it's awesome. But we've got some great information that's been shared with us, and we are super excited. Carol, yes, you are. You are on that track. All right. Those of you who aren't even 40, okay, we were around a little bit longer than you are, but that's good. We are going to welcome everyone on Thursday evening, and so we have a welcome reception, and it'll be theme-based, and we'll send that out and let you know all the exciting, gear that you can wear as part of that dress-up event and it's a simple one. It's fun. Don't get stressed about it, but we'll release the title of our welcome reception theme shortly so that you'll be ready for that. But we wanted to offer up some opportunities for people to see a little bit about Orange County and the general area and how important it is that we continue to work together. We have been so fortunate to bring the conference back to California for this 40th anniversary. So we put together some field trips, and our first Saturday afternoon field trip, and these are selections that we'll be able to, pick people that are interested in going to them. But we wanted to give you a little highlight as to what this would happen. We will run Saturday sessions until 1 o'clock, and then we'll be done with the conference in and of itself, but then an afternoon to do something. And the goal is to really give you an opportunity to do more in Southern California, those of you that don't live here, and visiting a few of our beaches, visiting the opportunity to really learn more. So our first opportunity is to go out to the Newport Beach Fire Department, and they've got a brand new beach safety and lifeguard station, and they're actually going to be doing beach safety with you. So if you're interested in learning more about, some of that dynamics and how people get involved and why people get involved in safety, the Newport Beach Fire Department Lifeguard Division is going to be celebrating volunteers that want to come out and visit their station, go through the tour, and go through their beach safety training. Our second one, and through our workplace connection with Disney, yes, Disney has a CERT program, a workplace CERT program. Thumbs up to Disney. I think that's one of the greatest opportunities we have in working with our local community is to support the idea that the workplace is as safe as the home that we've created. So the Disneyland Resort has offered up an EOC tour where we'll actually look at inside of their EOC. It's not in the park, everybody. I'm just sorry. Mickey, I don't know will be there if he'll be there or not. But what they'd like to do is talk a little bit about the broad perspective. So Disney is not just one location, it's many locations. So they're going to do a workplace CERT overview within the EOC to give you a good perspective of, hey, this is the next step. For those of you that are doing community-based programs and you're looking at that workplace perspective in the future. Our last big tour is up the mountainside, up Loma Ridge. And if you've ever, those of you that have, wondered what was on top of the hill, there is our EOC, our county's EOC. So you drive up a hill and it's all in secured space and you can see the entire valley of Orange County. It's just the coolest place. And so they've offered up an opportunity for us to visit. Now, these tours and events will be somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 hours. Because once we get done with those tours, our next opportunity to go to do something spectacular is to attend the Angels Phillies baseball game out at Angel Stadium. And I know a lot of people in their registration said, "Oh, I'm not interested." But wow, what an opportunity to have our photo and have our CERT name splashed all over the scoreboard at the Angel game. Is really the big game plan, is to really recognize volunteerism, recognize communities across the country that are doing the most amazing things and making their communities much more resilient through the CERT training. So if you maybe want to change your mind, we'll probably do another reach out to those of you that said no, just in case you want to come celebrate. Now, you don't have to be an Angels fan. You don't have to be a Phillies fan. Maybe you're just a baseball fan. Maybe you're a CERT fan. And another opportunity to wear your gear and show the community in Orange County and the people who enjoy baseball what we do out here in California in the celebration of community resilience. So fun things to do as part of our conference. I hope you're excited about that. Christine.
I'm super excited about all of these opportunities. Again, this is as the conference has concluded around 1 o'clock. These are all the extra things we're going to be able to do on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Thank you, Brenda. All right, Denise, next slide, please. All right, we are at the Q&A portion. So please throw your questions in the chat and we can answer them over the air. I know we had some questions going on during, and I think we've answered all of them. If you just have a comment, that's fine too. This does conclude our presentation on our webinar. So if you need to leave, we understand. This will be recorded, but we are still going to stay on the line and look at any questions you have thrown in the chat. And I think Denise is also pulling up our website just to give you an idea. So nationalcert.org, there's an events tab. You'll see, events in the event bar. You can click on National CERT Conference 2026. You'll see a little sneak preview video on the right-hand side, some of the dates, that you can watch and just see the hotel. We shot all of our video on site at the hotel in different parts of it, the lobby, the ballroom. You see that blue bar right there, register for the conference, which will take you to the NCA portal where you can log in if you're a member or become a member and then start to register. Those are the rates and the dates for different tiers for volunteers or staff. And then you can scroll down a little bit more and see our award submissions and submit a nomination yourself for your program. And then there's an FAQ for the award that you can read through. Very informative and helpful. More FAQs, just general topics that are there as well that you can read if you have any questions. Thank you for pulling that up. So I think we have a question in the chat. No. That was
Linda Bloom had a question regarding volunteering.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. That was earlier. So thank you for offering to volunteer. We do have a beautiful abundance of volunteers in both Irvine and Orange County that we're going to coordinate for a handful of roles. If we need more volunteers, we can do a release to those who are registered, but I don't think we will need them. And what's nice is you'll be able to attend the conference as a student, as a registrant, and just enjoy all that it has to offer. Let's see, Clement. Will the pre-conference events and how many days for each will be on the conference registration information? I'm not sure. It lists pre-conference as Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And yes, it's listed, the dates are listed on the website. Did I answer that question? Is transportation provided for the field trips? At this time, we've been talking about transportation and busing. It is not, people are going to be encouraged to carpool. If we can work that out, if we can get city buses, I'm not sure that we can, but if we can, we will release it to all attendees for field trips.
Hey, Christine, this is Kim in Washington State, and I'm on audio and I don't have a way to put a chat in there. However, I went and got my hotel, and they said, because I'm flying in the day before, because I can't get there by 8 in the morning if I don't come in on Saturday or Sunday, because I'm doing the pre-conference. They told me I didn't get conference rate for my first day there because it wasn't included in the conference. I don't know if anybody else has asked you guys about that yet, but for us who are traveling from out of state, if we are doing pre-conference, we have to be there in time for that first class, and we have to come in the night before to do that.
Are you talking about Sunday?
Yeah.
Arrival on Sunday, is that what you were saying? Okay. We can look into that, right, Brenda? I imagine that I don't remember the answer for sure, but I imagine that we had it for Sunday as well. So let me find out that answer. And we'll put our email, oh, you're not on mine. Or I was gonna say, we'll put our email in the chat, but trying to think, you would have our email in this conference call Outlook. It's certconference@nationalcert.org. But you're welcome to email and follow up.
Copy that.
Reply to you.
We have contracted rooms
Okay.
for Sunday.
You do? Okay, because when I called it in, and I did it a month or 3 weeks ago, they said no, but maybe that got changed, and I can call and find out. I just wanted to make sure no one else was running into the same problem, because I'm coming no matter what, but some people, that kind of...
If you've registered, have you gone through the link? Because the website also will be able to let you do that date range.
Yes, I actually got my flight and my hotel before you guys opened up registration, just because of the pricing and how things were going. Yeah.
That might be why.
They did give me the conference rates, for everything but my first night there. So
see if you can.
Yeah, we have conference rates starting on Sunday, and Sunday through Saturday of the 29th.
Okay.
Our conference rates.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll call them back and make sure they gave it to me. Sorry for asking a bizarre question, but
That's okay.
I will look into that. Thank you.
Clement's got his hand raised.
Okay.
Yeah, Clem Jung from Hawaii. The reason why I asked about the pre-conference schedule is that there's several training that I'm interested in attending. So will there be a schedule when we register? That's why I didn't register yet. I'm looking at the pre-conference and to register for the pre-conference, whether there'll be any overlap or be able to take several of the training. Now, I know the wide area search is 3 days, but it entails all 3 days, but I don't know when the other training are held, etc. So would that be published on the website? So I have some idea which training we can sign up for, pre-training?
Clement, if you want to reach out to me, again, we're kind of counting on instructors that are coming in. If you're looking at volunteer and donations management, that's a couple days. That's probably going to be Tuesday and Wednesday. Any of the train the trainers are going to be 3 days, 2.5 days for program manager. Advanced program manager and hybrid train the trainer are both 1 days, but I don't know what days those are going to be exactly. Again, because we have people traveling in to teach those classes, so many of them may happen on Tuesday or Wednesday. I know some of the CPR first aid AED, that's all going to be on Mondays. So again, if you're looking for something, reach out to me or reach out to the CERT conference at nationalcert.org email, and I can help answer those specific training questions that you're looking for. But when you apply in the pre-conference, you have some general information that's in there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right, let's see. Wayne Watson, is there a 1-day cost for the Thursday, Friday, or Saturday for new volunteers? There is not a 1-day cost. It would be main conference includes all 2.5 days. And Brenda said that, no 1-day cost. Robert, if someone submitted a presentation proposal, but they register now to get the early bird rate, will they get a refund if their presentation is accepted? Oh, good question, Robert. So everybody who's speaking will also be an attendee, so there is not a discount if you're selected. Even my own staff is registering. We live in the city. We're giving presentations. We're paying for registration as well. Hopefully that answers your question, Robert. Are you doing a demo, Denise?
Yes, I'm trying to get to the pre-con to show when you register.
Clement? Okay.
So some of the dates are listed on there, although they could be subject to change, but some of them it'll tell you one day or 3-day and currently what we have. But like I said, some of them are kind of not set in stone yet. So I think we may have some moving around.
So can I ask you, this is Carrie, guys. If anybody takes a 3-day course during pre-con, that's the only class or only course they can take, right?
Correct.
Right. So if you know, Clement, if you know you're going to take a 3-day course, that's the only one that you're going to be able to take. Does that make sense?
Yes, I already took that here in Hawaii. It's a great course.
Oh yeah, there's lots there are several 3-day courses that we're offering. So yeah.
Perfect. That was good. All right. So Ingrid said, I have been registered for the virtual CERT Train the Trainer for the last 2 offerings that have been canceled. Will that likely get rescheduled prior to the CERT conference, or should I plan to take it at the conference?
Kirstine, I'll answer that one. At this time, we don't know. They're very likely going to be rescheduled, but there's no guarantee that they're going to happen before the August conference. So, I mean, I'd love Ingrid to say, yes, that's going to happen, but none of us knows for sure when they'll come back online and how quickly they will come back online and then restart those classes, because they're going to have to find new instructors from the original classes. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we'll see something soon. If you are thinking about coming to the conference, you know, that's certainly something that you could put on your registration, that you were in waiting for the virtual class for EMI, but we are delivering with EMI staff. So EMI instructors as part of the Train the Trainer and Program Manager. So hopefully. All right. Thank you. Keeping my
mute. Any other questions in the chat? I'm not seeing any at this time. I think that's Clement's hand from his previous question. Thank you for those who stayed on to listen and join our call today. We can stay on for a couple more minutes if there's more questions. We can answer those. And if not, we'll end the recording and tell everyone thank you.